Hello everyone, welcome back to On The Fly. Today we're taking a look at a trade between the Vegas Golden Knights and the San Jose Sharks. So the Vegas Golden Knights do receive Adin Hill in exchange for a 2024 4th round pick. So when we take a look at this deal, it is an interesting deal for both sides. San Jose having a surplus of goalies, I really enjoy the deal for them. Getting a 4th round pick for essentially a backup goaltender behind Kaapo Kähkönen. I think it's a good deal for the Sharks. As for the Vegas Golden Knights, it's an interesting deal. They already have a backup goaltender, Laurent Brossoit, and they're basically getting another backup goaltender. So what they're going to do, obviously they are a little bit tied up with cap right now, but it is an odd deal to see Adin Hill go to the Vegas Golden Knights, which is essentially a second backup goaltender. So whether or not they're going to end up sort of playing them as a 1A, 1B option, or if they're going to pick Adin Hill as their starting goaltender, which in my opinion, Adin Hill is the better goaltender over Laurent Brossoit. But with that being said, it's still not a qualified starting goaltender. And in a market where there aren't a lot of goaltenders out there, I mean, I guess this is probably the best you can do given the cap that you have. But at the end of the day, it is still a really odd deal for the Knights that they wouldn't go after someone bigger with teams that already have two goaltenders running a 1A, 1B sort of team and maybe dishing off a guy like Brossoit. So it is an interesting deal for the Vegas Golden Knights. I don't know really why they're doing this. I'm sure they have a plan, and they're probably going to acquire somebody else. I don't think this is probably it for Vegas, and I think when you really look at this, they're already sort of pushed up against the cap, and I think especially with the goaltending situation they have, they can't really compete with a team like Colorado, with Colorado sort of taking on two backup goaltenders similar to Vegas' situation. But I think when you look up front and who's in front of those two backup goaltenders, you'd rather Colorado's side compared to Vegas' side. That, I mean, could be disputed, but at the same time, I think it is fairly obvious that Colorado does have the better team up front right now, the better defensive behind them, and at the end of the day, I choose Colorado over a team like Vegas up front, and then the goaltending situation goes equal. So at the end of the day, I think when you really look at it, I think Vegas needs one more goaltender. I don't see them sticking with this tandem. I think they might go for the first few weeks, realize they need a better goaltender, maybe look to the market yet again. One team I could see definitely being a possibility is the Boston Bruins, having two goaltenders in Swayman and Ullmark, and really needing some back-end pieces. I think really Vegas and Boston could work together to make a deal, getting Vegas a better goaltender. But of course, that still remains to be seen whether or not those two teams can pull off a deal, and I think there is definitely some potential there. In my personal opinion, Adin Hill is not going to be the all-starting goaltender that Vegas is thinking that he is going to be. He hasn't shown that much with San Jose, and I don't really expect him to keep that up. As for the contract, $2.175 for 1 year, so really not a terrible contract for a backup goaltender, especially in the market today. You're not going to be disappointed with the contract. I think he is decent for what he's being paid, and I think really when you look at his roles, it is a good deal for a guy like Adin Hill. But with that, we'll jump right on into the trade grades. So for the Vegas Golden Knights, I'm going to give them a C+. I don't think it addressed their needs of what they really are looking for, which is a good quality starting goaltender to fit in with their team. And as for the San Jose Sharks, a B+. I mean, they didn't win this trade by a lot. 4th round pick, pretty equivalent to a sort of a high-end backup goaltender. But at the same time, you're getting a very decent player for Vegas, just not the goaltender that you were looking for. So with that, if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. If you'd like to drop a like, if you really like, consider subscribing. Tell all your friends and comment down below your thoughts on the deal. Until next time, see ya.